whoa, this thing feels like a medieval contraption by comparison.
Uncle Go Clips.
Tell me, let's go with first-hand experience. You drove a Tesla yourself. What's the difference between a normal car and like a Tesla car?
Oh, well, I mean, there's the obvious stuff. It's super quiet, but there's the less obvious stuff and the things that really surprised me. So just to clarify, I drove a Model S back in 2015. It was kind of a birthday present. My sister lives in Norway. She invited me over and organized a test drive.
Mm-hmm.
And they were really cool. They weren't pushy about, buying the car or anything. It was more about getting the word of mouth out there. So I'm kind of doing the job they wanted me to do by talking about it. But yeah, one of the things that first strikes you when you get into one of these cars is when you want to start moving, there's very little to actually do. You don't have to press a button or turn anything on. The fact that you're in the car alerts the car that it's time to go. Like you have the app on your phone or you have the key fob in your pocket or whatever. It's keyless entry. That's fairly standard, but there's no kajunk. There's no shake of the car. There's nothing. You just gently put your foot on the pedal and it starts to move quiet as a whisper. And it's that initial motion that really like blew my mind, because it's just, it feels like you're just almost sliding away on ice, but under control. It's a really, really nice little feeling. And then of course you get out on the open road and you put the foot down and it just jumps to warp speed. It's the response time of pushing the pedal down is almost as if it responds before you put your foot down. It's so instant. I didn't realize it, but from driving fossil fuel cars, I was used to a bit of lag time. It was just how the thing worked. But you put your foot down in an electric car and it's just there. It's instant. And that acceleration is a smooth curve. There's no changing between gears. There's no shuddering, no shaking. Everything is so smooth and so nice and comfortable, and very quiet as well. So yeah, that first test drive, the first taste of the acceleration that I got was that we were on the highway and I was going to overtake a slow car in front, and I checked in front, of course, checked the mirrors, and then I looked over my shoulder, saw it was clear, and I started to apply pressure on the pedal. And in the time it took me to do the motion from looking over my shoulder to looking ahead again, maybe a quarter of a second, it had accelerated by like 25 kilometers per hour. And I wasn't even putting full pressure on it. It was kind of, whoa, okay, this thing moves. But yeah, they're so beautiful to drive.
I heard that a lot of people still perceive electric cars as Priuses and these old kind of like hybrid cars, but everybody who drove a Tesla actually says that it's a completely different thing. It's not a hybrid. It's not something that's like an old model of car that literally redesign how a car works. And I heard, I think it was Joe Rogan and someone saying online, he compared it to the small, like electric toys that people have to, that they had it on the remote control, and the acceleration kind of felt like that, where literally
there is
felt like a rocket.
It sounds wrong to say it like this, but there is a kind of an element of the go-kart to it, in that it seems like the car is getting out from under you. But at the same time, that sounds like there's a lack of control, but you feel like you have exceptional control, because as soon as you get anyway uncomfortable and your foot lifts off the accelerator just a tiny amount, you feel that change. And not in a lurchy kind of way. All of the, like, if you're to graph out the curves of acceleration and change in acceleration, everything is smooth. There's no jerking around, and that's really what struck me when I finished the test drive. I got back into a fossil fuel car to go home, and as soon as the key turned in the ignition, the whole car shook, and there's just like jerks and shakes and vibrations that you are just completely unaware of until you've driven a Tesla. Then you get back in a regular car and it's like, whoa, this thing feels like a medieval contraption by comparison.
Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you want to see the full version, go to the Uncle Gold Podcast YouTube channel or watch the next clip.